What do you want
This
to
is
say?
this is me. I want you to just say what is from your heart. Like, this is me. I'm with my neighbor right here, and this is oral history that's given from her. No,
My
given from her
my mother.
mother to her, and her grandmother, to her mother. So you can't trump that. You can't beat that. This
Okay,
is oral
tell
history.
me. It's my mom told me that
Well, now, do you remember when she told you this?
I was a teenager.
Teenager.
Yeah, she told me that we had Indian blood in our veins, and if you looked at my mom, her cheekbones very high,
Right.
like the Indians have, but we couldn't trace it, of course,
During that time.
during that time.
Now,
My
let me
mom's from
see.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. And her mother is from where?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. And when was your mother born?
1916.
1916. And
I have no
her
idea.
mother's mother was from South Carolina also. So think about that. That's years on years on years.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, see? And I'm not gonna give her, last name here on the thing because that's personal information. However, that's oral history passed down from a generation to generation, having indigenous blood in her veins. So that same indigenous blood is still in her today. And those treaties that went on back then apply to her because she's a descendant also. So what we gonna do, we'll find out who was in that area during those times, because that's going back probably to your mother was probably born like what in the 18,
1916.
or her mother was probably born like in 18
yeah.
in the 1800s, maybe 1850, maybe
And the
1860.
name of the town that they were born in was Monk's Corner.
Monk's Corner. See,
It's very small.
so
Monk's Corner, South Carolina.
I'm gonna check into that. So look, your next door neighbor who you looking at, brown skinned, it could be a chief. You know what I mean? Could be a chief. Don't think they African, and all of this, because you never know somebody's heritage or where they come from unless you ask them. So that's the thing, and we're not going by what people are trying to label us as. What did our people call us? Because when we fill out these forms, they just give you a couple, things to put down right there, and you think the closest thing to you is a color or something of that nature. But it's not about that. It's about knowing your heritage, knowing your nationality.
But
And
I've
that's the
been to
thing.
Africa 3 times.
And she's been to Africa. She's been there
And
before.
when I compared in walking around, the way they looked in the parts I was in
Right.
versus the way black people in America look, you could tell there's a significant difference.
Right. And they've been saying that on YouTube. They tell you, no, there's a difference.
Because when I went there, and I was on the bus from the airport to downtown near the hotel,
Uh-huh.
guy turned around and looked at me. He was African. I was in Nairobi, Kenya. He said, "Where are you from, babe?" He knew I was not from Africa. Me, myself, was not born in Africa.
Right.
We look different.
And how young are you?
Well, I thought I was 46. So we're going to leave you at that. I ain't almost 80 years old.
All right, mother. All right. Now that's coming from the queen mother. You know what I mean? Like Empress, one of our empress. You know what I mean?
But
Excuse. I got a little
where
thing
we
that did
look,
that.
I went to
Yeah.
West Africa.
Hold on, I'm gonna edit that out. Hold on, so we coming back. Bam.
I also went to West Africa and the Ivory Coast,
Uh-huh.
and the looks, we look more like the ones from in West Africa than East Africa. In other words, I look more like the ones from West Africa if you want to compare features and stuff like that.
Now see, we've come to information that they were taking people from over here in the Americas, and they were taking them over there and then bringing them back.
Could be.
So then they made it like you was foreign to your own land.
When I was in Nairobi, when I was in Kenya.
But yeah, look at that.
When I was in Kenya, even though I'm black, you could look at me and see I wasn't a Kenyan. Our features,
now, what was the term that they, like right now you just called yourself black?
Back then it was Negro.
Okay, so back then it was Negro.
Negro. Oh,
and then they changed all the color.
And in the 60s when the civil rights movement and everything came to be, that's when they started using the black term.
Black and I'm proud and all of that. Right.
Yeah.
By a man by the name of James Brown.
Yeah, he made that song. I saw him singing that to Paul. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Right.
He was something else, James Brown.
All right. So that's my neighbor right there, you know, beautiful lady, with knowledge, and this is what we need. We listen to our elders. We listen to those who come before us. We don't shun them or try to make them feel bad in any way, because they still here and they help us. And I thank you. Thank you, neighbor.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And she told me I'm the brother she never had.
That's right.
So I'm a little brother. This big sis right here. So know that. 100 gone.